Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to askNK. So the folks at Nvidia have quietly made Nvidia Omniverse totally free for everyone. Now, Nvidia Omniverse is this amazing tool that is USD centric. This tool simply allows creators from different applications to plug into one particular tool and work across the globe and create all at once. So whether you're plugging from Substance, Unreal Engine, Relutions, iClone, or Character Creator, or even Blender, you can all compose everything in one place and see it update in real time. And sometime in 2022, they did make Omniverse free for individual creators and artists worldwide. Of course, at the time, this wasn't for commercial use, as this was more of a 3D design collaboration and virtual world simulation platform for designers and creators to use leading design applications to create 3D assets and scenes from their laptops or even workstations. And right now, if you're a studio and you like to use this for commercial purposes, yes, you can. As if you simply go over to the link in the description that will bring you here, it's written that Nvidia Omniverse licensing has changed, as Omniverse is now freely available for both development and production use with no Nvidia AI Enterprise subscription required. Software built with Omniverse may also be freely redistributed under the same terms. The only time that you would require some form of subscription is if an enterprise support is required. Other than that, you can now go ahead and use this for free. At the same time, you can also proceed to build your applications with this. And the folks at Storage Review have also put out a post that says that Nvidia has dropped the subscription requirement for Omniverse. The platform is now free for development, production, and redistribution with no Nvidia AI Enterprise subscription required. There's a talk about the Nucleus server and what it prompted, and it went on to say that this is one of the larger license reset Nvidia has made. It's great news for the community, but it was also announced very quietly via a forum strictly. And for those who like to explore this, possibly you like to download this, you can now get this from their GitHub, as the executable file is no longer available. And how you install this is very simple. Let's do a quick run through of how that actually works. And to get started, you need to go over to the Nvidia Omniverse GitHub page. And within the Nvidia Omniverse GitHub, what we need is the Kit app template. We'll click on that and this is going to load. And from here, we need to also have a folder where we would like this installation to be. And since we're doing this for Windows, we're simply going to right click and click on Open in Terminal. Now for this installation, how you get to do this one is this easy. Because we already have these things set up, what we need to do is click to copy, right click within the console and paste. And you need to repeat this task for all of these. Now this is going to ask you if you accept the governing terms. We're simply going to click on yes. And it's also going to ask us to select what we want to create with. We're simply going to select application and it's going to ask us one more time, what exactly do we want? And for this case, we want the USD Composer. So we're simply going to go ahead and select the USD Composer, press the enter key, and this is the point where you get to enter the desired name. In some cases, you might set this to Omniverse, but we're simply going to leave this as it is, press the enter key, and also press the enter key one more time for the application display name. Of course, these things can be changed later, but we're simply just going to accept them the way they are and keep going. And once that is done, there's a question for the application layer, which we're simply going to answer yes to. The next thing it's going to ask you is the streaming type. We'd like this to be the Omniverse Kit app streaming. So we're simply going to use the space bar to make the selection and press the enter button to allow this build to begin. And once we have that, we can now start building. And to build, you need to simply copy the retro.bat build within the Windows section, right click within the terminal to paste and press the enter button to initiate the application building. Now the building does take a while, so you need to be a bit patient to have this one working. And once this is done, you would get a message that says the build release has been successful. And to launch the app, you need to simply go over to the GitHub section, copy the launch, right click, paste that, and press the enter button. And that is how easy it is for you to launch the Nvidia Omniverse USD Composer. Of course, Omniverse has a lot of other components, but the USD Composer is more likely the basic one that you will want to get started with, as this is a wonderful system that allows you to compose your USD scenes and work with various USD files alongside Material X and various other file formats, as you can simply link these things together with some other tools that they have and work across teams. So with the Nvidia Omniverse open right here, there's a couple of things that we can do. First off, we can move around our scenes, which is basic. So if we hold down Alt and our left mouse button, we can orbit. Alt and the right mouse button, you can zoom in and out. And Alt and the middle mouse button, you can pan. Of course, you can zoom in and out with your middle mouse button as well. If you like to load in any of the sample scenes or configurators that they have here, all you need to do is double click, don't save, and this is automatically going to be loaded in. And if you press the playback button, you would notice that this is playing back in real time. And you'd also notice another thing. This is an animation, which means that you can also animate right here in Nvidia Omniverse. And as this animation plays back, let's talk about the entire user interface. We've got our viewport right here, which we can move around while this plays back in real time. Right here is where we have our stage. So all of your stages, as this uses the USD structure to do stuff, you've got your stage here, you've got your layers here, your render settings are here, your variants are there. If you have any object selected, you can see all of its properties right over here. So with these properties here, you can make changes, and these changes would apply in real time. So for example, now that we have this texture, we can click down here, select any of the textures that we like to work with, and load that onto that specific piece. You can also make changes to the animations as well while this is playing back in real time. Right over here is where we've got content. So we've got our contents, the default contents that we get to work with. We've got environments right here, and there are different kinds of environments, from the dome light all the way to various templates environment that we have. We've got materials, a good number of materials are right here, from automotives all the way to base materials down to V materials. You can simply go ahead and play with them. You'd also notice right over here that we have our start and stop button. So we can stop our animation, we can play back our animation, and this plays back literally everything. So if I stop this and click and hold, you will notice that the playback controls both animation, audio, simulation, and also the OmniGraph. And OmniGraph is a small graph node section where you can make stuff. You notice I've got simulation, which means you can do physics here, and we can also apply audio. So let's start off with a brand new slate and talk about things that you can bring in. So first off, if you like to create basic assets here, you can right click, go over to create, and you can create basic meshes, basic shapes, lights, all that stuff. So for meshes, we can choose to say, maybe we'd like to make a cube. Everyone loves a cube, so we can have that cube there. And we can also create a sphere. I'm just going to bring in that sphere, position that right there. And let's press F on the keyboard to frame that in, and we can position that right there. All the properties for this can be found over here. Same thing for this one. If you like to rotate this, you can of course go ahead and rotate this right here. And for example, if you like to animate it, you can also choose to animate it. So in this case, for us to start the animation, we can go over to our windows, go over to animation, and get ourselves a timeline. And within the timeline, we can start the automatic keyframe, or we can simply right click on any of the ones that we want and key them. So for example, if we would like our object to move from one position all the way to the next, we can easily key that. So I can come in and I can just set a key right there, and we can go all the way to say maybe 54, sounds good. Move this over to a position like that. One more time, set a key, and then you notice that we have our object moving. Same thing can be done for rotation. So for rotation, we can also say maybe we like to key that, and then we can move this all the way to this point and set this to about 270 and key that as well. And once we have that keyed, if we send this all the way back, press the playback button, you will notice we've got a smooth real-time rendered animation playing back. And of course, we can also go over to the Windows section, go over to animation, open up the graph editor, and make changes. The changes could include maybe just changing the handle of how the rotation works and changing whatever tangent that we want. And once we have that, we can have animation playback and have fun working with this. For example, if you like to also animate like the light, you can also do that, as every single primitive and shape has animatable parameters. And speaking about light and animatable parameter, within the light section, if you go over to the temperature, you can choose to dial this up or dial it down. So in this case, if I set this to 2, press the enter button, you can see that we have that as super warm, and we can crank this up and we can have this both cold, warm, and super warm. And like we mentioned, to animate these, all you need to do is throw in a key, and you have that key right there. We can also set the range. So for example, if I want this to have a range of 100, we can set that range right there. You also have this tool, which you can use to set ranges as well. So we can have that. And I can move this all the way to about frame 40. So we can do frame 40, and I can just simply lose that one that we have here. Press the enter key, right click, and set the key. If you like to auto set keys, you can do that by turning this on. So once you turn the auto set key feature on right here, you can go over to maybe a separate place, let's say frame 20, and we can change this. So I can go in and change this to about 1,800, or let's say 18,000. That looks like a fair number. And we can go all the way back, and then we can just simply set this to 2. Once we have that, if we press the playback button, you notice that our light simply animates. You can do anything you want with these things when it comes to animation. And speaking about the lights, for lights, you have a couple of lights. So you can go ahead and take a look at these ones, which includes the cylinder, the disc, distance, dome, rectangle, and also a spherical light. At the same time, if you like to work with cameras, you can actually go ahead and bring in a camera and switch to the camera view from here. So with a close-up, we can see this, and we can also see this from the long view. You can lock the cameras if you like. You can unlock them. For properties, if we click right here, we can have access to all of the properties here. On the other hand, you can also have access to your properties if you click on this tiny button right over here. So we can take a look at this, play with the zoom, the field of view, and also various other features that comes with that. Other things that you might also need to know has to do with the rendering type. So from here, we do have different rendering types. Right now, this is using the interactive path tracer. We can switch this to the real-time 2.0, and we can also switch this to the RTX minimal. And this is definitely going to be pretty useful for anyone that would like to quickly preview their assets. They choose to start lighting or rendering in real time. Right over here, we also have a couple of things that we can show. And for the viewport, we also have some more stuff that deals with various manipulation and also preferences that you might want to explore. Now, with this out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the materials, as this currently uses both Material X, USD materials, and a couple other material types that exist. So for you to apply materials to this is extremely easy. All you need to do to start applying material is to find the favorable material that you'd like to apply, and you can simply click, drag, and drop it right onto the surface. And this is going to calculate and then apply the material. But what if you like to create your very own material? And to create your material is this simple. If you right click, you can go over to where you have create, go over to material, and you can create any of this type of materials that you want. Maybe you like to create a standard surface material, X material, USD preview surface material. You can do that. For a standard surface, once you have this selected, you can actually go in here and start defining stuff. So if you like to describe the surface or the material, you can do that. If you like to play with the base or maybe change the color to something like, let's actually go ahead and get a bit more orangey like color. So if you like to get something like that, you can have that set. You can play with the metalness if you want. You can also play with roughness if you choose. There is also the specular, transmission. For example, if we like to make this a bit more transparent, we can turn that on. We can also play with the surface, the sheen, the thin film, emission if we like to make this emissive, and if we like to play with various geometry data, we can do that. And this includes the thin wall, which is something that was just recently added to Blender, opacity, and also the normal and tangent input. So for both Material and Material X, you do have a good number of things that you can do with this. Like we mentioned earlier, for the stage is where you can set stage for various things, and for the render setting, this is where you can define what renderer you like to use to do your rendering, the post-process effects that you might want to apply to your scene, which includes compositing, color grading, motion blur, chromatic aberration, and so much more. And at the end of the day, once you're done, you can proceed to do your rendering. And for those who are thinking about bringing things in, you can bring in various file formats into the USD Composer, and you can use this as a tool for assembling your scene in real time and take advantage of the real-time renderer and start doing amazing stuff with it. Currently, this does not come with those configurators that allows you to plug into various tools, as you might actually need to go over to the Nvidia Omniverse GitHub, where you'll be able to have all of those USD exchange tools and plugins that you can actually use to connect to various other tools as well. Currently, the one that we just explored, which is a very basic tool that they have, is the Kit app template. And so you can go ahead and download all of the USD exchange tools, the Kit USD agent, the USD search client, WebView sample, and the Learn open source USD, which comes with learning resources for universal scene descriptions and so many other things. And all of these are now available. For those who like to work with physics, the physics tool is also available right here. The issac lab is also available, and there is just a good number of things that you can come through and grab with this. So this is it. Nvidia Omniverse is now available totally for free for everyone to use, both for personal and commercial purposes. And of course, if you like to build apps with this, you can actually go ahead and build amazing apps with this totally for free. A huge shout out to the folks at Nvidia for making this possible. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.